And welcome to this week's edition of Utah Business Matters, your weekly television window to small business here in the state of Utah. And we come to you today from the Wairhouse, Utah's newest trampoline park. Chris and Kelly Steele are making this happen. It's all about exercise, family fun, and a great time.
You know, I was raised in an entrepreneurial family, and if you didn't work 80 hours a week, you were only working part-time. So I grew up with a dad who was a workaholic, and we always had our own family business.
Kelly and I have had businesses together in the past. Nothing on this scale though. And so we've learned to work together, and when we started this project, we both just kind of jumped into the areas that we were accustomed to working in. And she's great at working with organizing, and I'm good with supervising, and so I dealt with the general contracting aspect and handling all the contractors, and she dealt with all of the other many details that go into starting a business like this.
Chris kind of had this adventurous spirit that, you know, if it was something we could do together, that was all we needed. And then, you know, the kids came along, and, you know, as soon as they could start helping out, they were a part of whatever we were doing. Even today, they're 13 and 15, but they have their own debit cards, they have their own checking accounts, they have their own savings account. And, you know, we're very big on them being financial, you know, being really good financial stewards with their money.
My brother and I have been through every single part of this business. We've been going to the bank, meeting with people for lawyers and contracts. We've been here painting, and my brother and I have been here every single day. You know, a lot of parents think, oh, teenagers, all they want to do is spend time with their friends. But our kids aren't like that. They love the whole family unit, and I think they'd tell you that they'd really rather be spending time with family than anybody else. My parents have always talked to my brother and I about not being employed by other people, but employing others, being a leader, not a follower. And you know, that's really been one of the key driving points that my brother and I have been taught by our parents.
Our boys got quite an education. They have seen every step it takes in starting a business, and this is not a small business.
They've just been a part of it, but they've been really valuable because we've been able to build the trampoline park from not only a kid's perspective, and then Chris and I built it from a parent's perspective, since we have been around the country and seen so many parks.
We visited 20 of these parks in different states, looked at the things that we liked and we didn't like, but we realized there was really an opportunity here in Utah. We're a state that has long winters. We're a state that is big about families being together, spending time together, and of course we're an active state too. So we thought if we could have a facility like this in the Salt Lake Valley, it would fill a huge need. If we could encourage other families to be able to do things together, even if it's just on weekends or maybe in the evenings, it's something that we would feel good about.
Chris brings reality. I'm the optimist. He's the realist. So that's a great attribute of Chris, is that he kind of brings me back down to earth.
She is definitely the optimist, and I would say I'm the realist. She says that I'm the pessimist, but yeah, we joke because, you know, anytime we do a project, she always says, oh, we can do that in a weekend. And never has that happened. When we started the Wairhouse Trampoline Park, one of our top priorities was to make it as safe as possible. And we went even one step further. We have a safety video that everybody watches before they start jumping here at the Wairhouse. And because we're a family business, we wanted to make sure we included our boys in that. And actually our 15-year-old Keegan is the host that you'll see on our safety video. So we try to do everything we can to look out for the things that contribute to the majority of the accidents. And they're really pretty straightforward, but you have to have somebody out there watching, and that's why we have our bouncers.
Our bouncers, as we call them, are all in bright orange vests that say bouncer on them. So you'll know they've got a whistle, and so you'll know who's actually working here. And you know, most of the times, especially when it's busy, there's a bouncer on every court. There's a bouncer at the foam pits and the slam dunk courts, and you know, on the dodgeball courts, and also on our kids in our main courts.
Trampoline parks, you know, you typically just think of kids, but we say our demographic is anyone from 2 to 72. When you consider with trampolines or rebounding in general, there are so many health benefits. From your muscles to your bones to your organs. Every part of your body benefits from rebounding, and you can gauge how intense you want to go. It could be low impact. We'll have some aerobics classes that will be low impact, and we'll have some that will get a little bit more intense.
Creating the Wairhouse has been a little bit different because even when we've had our own businesses, we've not even had employees. So this has been a whole new thing to look for really great team members, and even the boys have been involved in looking at resumes and looking at applications and being part of the whole interview process. 3 things that we really wanted to bring to the trampoline park were great customer service, because we didn't see that at all places around the country, and also having a park that was really clean and also one that was really safe.
We're focusing on having some classes for schools. We're going to have some kids get fit classes. We're going to offer some aerobics classes. We're going to have dodgeball leagues. So we're really going to create some other venues for people to come out and compete and have fun and do something that they typically wouldn't do.
Right now we're just really looking at getting the Wairhouse up and running and getting it filled with jumpers and parties and corporate events, and just a place that we can really bring the community together.
She's an incredible partner.
I thought I had a lot of skills before we started this, and it really I think tested us, because there's so many more moving parts.
She's fearless. She gets in there and she creates an environment, especially for contractors. They loved working here because she's big on taking care of them. They came in, they would normally have bagels when they came in the morning. There were snacks throughout the day. These guys didn't know what hit them.
Putting all the moving parts together, from software to financing to renovations and getting the property physically ready to go, and marketing and advertising, and just down to even the smallest little things of office supplies. There's just so many pieces that go together.
It was amazing to see for the last couple days, to see it all come together. It was amazing to see everybody here setting up all the trampolines and just getting the last couple things done. And when we opened, it was such an amazing feeling.
We thought, well, maybe we would end up starting more trampoline parks so they could, each have their own to carry on. If this is their passion and something they want to pursue, then sure, we would be, totally on board and promote that with the boys.
Right now, we're just focused on, introducing this business to the city of Salt Lake, and really helping families to do something together and help towards fitness.
Sometimes parents need to get things done too, and so we've been, as far as part of our customer service, we wanted to have Wi-Fi. We wanted to have a parent lounge with television, be able to play sports for the dads if they were the ones bringing them to the park. But also, we even have a parent's workstation that is a place to charge your cell phones, work on your laptops. Hopefully that will encourage parents to bring the kids more often, so the kids can be getting their fitness while the parents can be getting some of their work done.
We may end up doing another facility. If we did, it would be here in the valley as well. But we're not sure what the future holds. Obviously, with our boys involved at 13 and 15, the idea of them taking over one day is a good possibility.